Hello everyone. Today is 31st March 2021. So let's get started. Today's current affairs. This is the first news. SAIL chief Soma Mondal is new chairperson of SCOPE. So SAIL means the full form is Steel Authority of India Limited. So SAIL chief Soma Mondal will be the new chairperson of SCOPE, SCOPE. What is the full form of SCOPE? Standing Conference of Public Enterprises. Standing Conference of Public Enterprises. So Soma Mondal, the chairperson of state-owned Steel Authority of India Limited, was elected the new chairperson of Standing Conference of Public Enterprises. SCOPE is an apex. This is about SCOPE. SCOPE is an apex professional organization representing the central public sector enterprises, and Mondal will have a 2-year term starting from April. So from April onwards 2021 to 2023, Soma Mondal will be the chairperson of SCOPE. Some facts about Steel Authority of India Limited. It was founded on 19th January 1954. Headquarters is in New Delhi, and the present CEO is Soma Mondal. Now the next news, Names of the Woman, a book by Jeet Thayil. So Names of the Woman talks about the woman whose roles were suppressed, reduced or erased in the Gospels. So this book is about the women who were suppressed, reduced or erased in the Gospels. So Jeet Thayil is a renowned author, best known for his book Necropolis, which was shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize 2012 and won the DSC Prize of South Asian Literature. His most recent book Law was released in 2020. So his most recent book was Law, which was released in 2020, that is the previous year. So the name of the book is Names of the Woman. Author is Jeet Thayil. Now the next news, Agarkar Research Institute ARI scientists discover new species of diatoms from Mula River in Pune. So in a first, a team of international researchers has discovered the new species of diatoms living in fresh water following downstream Mulshi Dam in Pune district. So diatoms. So what are diatoms? Diatoms are single-celled algae that grow in nearly all kinds of water bodies, including rivers, lakes, and streams. These microorganisms contribute in generating oxygen in the atmosphere. So the news is that Agarkar Research Institute scientists have discovered the species of diatoms in which river? Mula River in Pune. Then the species named as Epithemia agarkari after late S.P. Agarkar, the founder of ARI, Agarkar Research Institute. So the species has been named as Epithemia agarkari. So these diatoms are a major group of algae, specifically microalgae found in the oceans, waterways and soils of the world. Now the next news, Indus Water Panel meeting held as part of the broader process for normalization of bilateral ties between India and Pakistan. So after a gap of more than 2.5 years, India and Pakistani delegations held the 116th meeting of a permanent Indus Commission here. So this was a 2-day meeting, was held on Indian side by the Indus Water Commissioner Pradeep Kumar Saxena, and on Pakistan side it was Pakistan's Commissioner for Indus Waters Syed Mohammad Meher Ali Shah. The last meeting of the Permanent Indus Commission took place in 2018, that is August 2018, August 29th, 2018. So that is not important. The important part is that now it has took place, it has taken, that is bilateral ties between India and Pakistan for broader process for normalization of bilateral ties. So it is for Indus Water Panel meeting was held between India and Pakistan. Now the next news, Dr. Harshvardhan addresses Nat Health, the 7th annual summit 2021. Healthcare leaders calls for new measures in post-pandemic era. So Dr. Harshvardhan has addressed the Nat Health 7th Annual Summit 2021. MOU with Duke University on building vaccine confidence, fostering innovation across health systems through collaboration and partnerships, collaboration with Samrit, blended health finance and IPE Global to scale up innovation, release of Nat Health patient confidence study by IQVIA, India Africa Health Summit report, etc. So the 7th annual summit theme is India Health System Expansion in Post-COVID Era. This is the theme of the annual summit. So Dr. Harshvardhan, Minister of Health and Family Welfare, has addressed the Nat Health 7th Annual Summit in 2021. Healthcare leaders calls for new measures in post-pandemic era. So Dr. Harshvardhan has addressed the Indian side. Now the next news, these 4 countries, that is Fiji, Zimbabwe, Niger and Paraguay, receive made in India COVID-19 vaccine. So the COVID-19 vaccines which is discovered by India is now available in Fiji, Zimbabwe, Niger and Paraguay. So under the Vaccine Maitri initiative of the government of India, the 4 nations receive the made in India COVID-19 vaccines. Under the Vaccine Maitri initiative, India has already provided coronavirus vaccines to over 70 countries. So over 70 countries have already received the vaccine. Now 4 countries have received, that is Fiji, Zimbabwe, Niger and Paraguay. So some facts about Fiji, Zimbabwe, Niger and Paraguay. Fiji, capital is Suva, currency is dollar, and the president is George Conrad. Zimbabwe, Harare and dollar. Harare is the capital, dollar currency. Then president is Emerson Mnangagwa. Then Niger capital is Niamey, currency is franc. And this is confusing words. Mahamadou Issoufou is the president of Niger. Then Paraguay, capital is Asuncion and currency is Guarani, and the president is Mario Abdo Benitez. Now let's go to the next news. 9th Heart of Asia Istanbul Process Ministerial Conference. So the conference is part of Istanbul Process, a regional initiative on security and cooperation for a stable and peaceful Afghanistan. So the security, this Asia Istanbul Process Ministerial Conference is for the stable and peaceful Afghanistan and to avoid terrorism. So External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will attend along with his Pakistani counterpart and representatives of 49 other nations. The conference will be held in Tajikistan's Dushanbe. So Tajikistan, the capital of Tajikistan is Dushanbe. The Istanbul process was launched on November 2, 2011 in Turkey. So the first Istanbul process ministerial conference was held in Turkey on November 2nd, 2011. So there are 2 countries from this news, that is Afghanistan and Tajikistan. Tajikistan is the venue of this conference. So Afghanistan capital is Kabul and currency is Afghani. Tajikistan capital is Dushanbe and currency is Somoni. Now the next news. President Ramnath Kovind clears NCT bill. So he has signed NCT bill. Delhi Lieutenant Governor gets sweeping powers over the city government. This news I have already discussed in the previous, that is yesterday's current affairs. Then also this is an important news. That's why I have included some more points in this news, and I am discussing in this current affairs, today's current affairs. So the President Kovind gave his assent to Government of National Capital Territory of a Delhi Bill, Amendment Bill 2021. The bill amends certain powers and responsibilities of the Legislative Assembly and the Lieutenant Governor. So as per the legislation, the government in Delhi means Lieutenant Governor, and the city government will now have to seek Lieutenant Governor's opinion before taking any executive decision. So the Lieutenant Governor gets more power in the decision before taking any executive decision. They have to seek Lieutenant Governor's opinion. So some facts about Delhi. The Lieutenant Governor of Delhi is Anil Baijal and Chief Minister is Arvind Kejriwal. Now the next news. President Kovind approves bill to set up National Park for financing infrastructure and development. So the bill seeks to establish National Bank for financing infrastructure and development to support the development of long-term non-recourse infrastructure financing in India, including development of the bonds and derivatives market necessary for infrastructure financing and to carry on business for financing infrastructure and for matters connected therewith. So the President Ramnath Kovind has approved that bill to set up National Bank for financing infrastructure and development. So for giving fund to infrastructure and development, a new bill has been approved by the President Ramnath Kovind. Now the next news. 1971 Battle of Basantar hero Lieutenant General W.A.G. Pinto, who is retired, has died at the age of 97. So 1971 Battle of Basantar hero Lieutenant General Wag Pinto has died. So Lieutenant General Wag Pinto led the 54 Infantry Division in the Battle of Basantar in 1971 India-Pakistan war that gave birth to Bangladesh, leading his troops from the front with the motto he coined, "Bash on regardless." In this battle, Pinto's division won as many as 196 gallantry medals, including 2 Paramveer Chakras and 9 Mahavir Chakras. So the 1971 Battle of Basantar hero, Lieutenant General Wag Pinto has died. Then the next news, this news also relating to obituary news. So beloved children's author of United States, Beverly Cleary dies at 104 years. So Beverly Cleary, the celebrated children's author whose memories of her Oregon childhood were shared with millions through the likes of Ramona and Beezus Quimby and Henry Huggins, has died. She was named a living legend in 2000 by the Library of Congress. In 2003, she was chosen as one of the winners of the National Medal of Arts. So she is from America. So some facts about USA. Capital is Washington DC. President is Joe Biden. Now the next news. Maggie O. Farrell's Hamnet wins US Book Critics Award for Fiction. So this book, Hamnet, has won the Critics Award for Fiction. So Maggie O. Farrell's Hamnet, an imagined take on the death of Shakespeare's son from the bubonic plague, has won the US National Book Critics Circle Prize for Fiction. The autobiography award went to Kathy Park Hong for Minor Feelings, an Asian American Reckoning. The Book Critics Circle was founded in 1974 and has hundreds of members around the US. So the next news, RBI has further extended restrictions on PMC Bank for 3 months till 30th June 2021. So RBI has further extended the restrictions on PMC Bank for 3 months, that is till 30th June 2021. The decision was taken in the backdrop of financial condition of the bank, which is likely to make the reconstruction process complex and time consuming. RBI has put PMC Bank under all inclusive directions under subsection 1 of section 35A, read with section 56 of Banking Regulation Act 1949 on September 23, 2019 to protect depositors' interests. So as this news is related to RBI, we will see some facts about RBI. So I am covering the static GK also along with this. So RBI established in 1st April 1935. Headquarters is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. The governor of RBI is Shaktikanta Das. Deputy governors BP Kanungo, MK Jain, Dr. MD Patra, Michael Debapatra Patra and M. Rajeshwar Rao. So these are the deputy governors. There are 4 deputy governors. I will repeat once more: BP Kanungo, MK Jain, Dr. MD Patra, and M Rajeshwar Rao. Then there are note printing presses. Note printing press of RBI, Mysore, Karnataka, which is in Mysore, Karnataka, and also Salboni, West Bengal. So note printing presses, note printing press, Mysore, West Bengal, sorry, Karnataka, then Salboni, West Bengal, Devas. So these two are managed by RBI. These two are managed by RBI, and the next there are 4 note printing press, that is Devas, in one in Devas and Devas, which is in Madhya Pradesh, and Nashik. Nashik, which is in Maharashtra. Nashik, which is in Maharashtra. So these two are controlled by RBI, and these two are controlled by Government of India. Then there are government mints. Government mints, one in Mumbai, Maharashtra, Kolkata, West Bengal, Kolkata, which is in West Bengal, then Hyderabad and Noida, Uttar Pradesh. Hyderabad, which is in Telangana, and Noida, Uttar Pradesh, in Uttar Pradesh. So these are government mints. So Mumbai, Kolkata, Hyderabad, and Noida. These are the government mints. And note printing press, Mysore, Salboni, MS, Devas, and Nashik, MSDN. MKHN is the government mints, and this MSDN is note printing press. Then RBI has some subsidiaries, that is Deposit Insurance Credit Guarantee Corporation, then DICGC, 1 minute, Deposit Insurance Credit Guarantee Corporation, DICGC, then National Housing Bank, NHB, then Bharatiya Reserve Bank, Note Mudran Private Limited, Bharatiya Reserve Bank, Note Mudran Private Limited. And the last one is Indian Financial Technology and Allied Services. Indian Financial Technology and Allied Services. So these are the subsidiaries of RBI. Now let's go to the next news. ISRO partners with the IIST akin to JPL Caltech model in the US for very advanced, totally new and futuristic projects. So ISRO is striking partnership with IIST, which is close to the JPL Caltech model in the US, to coordinate joint research activities between ISRO and the IIST. A dedicated framework has now been put into place with capacity building program office located at ISRO headquarters in Bengaluru as a focal point. IIST is based in Thiruvananthapuram. And some facts about ISRO. ISRO was founded in 15th August 1969. Headquarters is in Bengaluru, Karnataka. Then the director of ISRO is Kailasavadivu Shivan, K. Shivan. Now the next news, 28th Hunar Haat been organized at Kala Academy. Organized at Kala Academy, Panaji, Goa. So the 28th Hunar Haat has been organized at Kala Academy in Panaji in Goa. So the Union Ministry of Minority Affairs is organizing the Hunar Haat in Goa with the theme Vocal for Local, where more than 500 artisans and craftsmen from more than 30 states or union territories are participating. Goa Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant formally inaugurated the Hunar Haat on 27th March, that is to be held till 4th April. And the Union Minister of Minority Affairs is Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi. So some facts about Goa. Capital of Goa is Panaji. There is one national park, that is Bhagwan Mahavir or Molam National Park. Then Chief Minister of Goa is Pramod Sawant and Governor is Bhagat Singh Koshyari. And there are some wildlife sanctuaries also. Bondla Wildlife Sanctuary, Kotigaon Wildlife Sanctuary, Netravali Wildlife Sanctuary and Salimali Bird Sanctuary. Now let's go to the next news. India and US agree to revamp strategic energy partnership. Meeting for the same to be convened soon. So Petroleum Minister Dharmendra Pradhan and US Secretary of Energy Jennifer Granholm have agreed to revamp the India-US SCP to reflect the new priorities of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Joe Biden, with focus on promoting clean energy with low carbon pathways and accelerating green energy cooperation. So the inaugural SCP, a ministerial meeting, was first held on April 2018. So this was first held on April 2018. And now India and US have agreed to revamp the Strategic Energy Partnership. SCP means Strategic Energy Partnership meeting for the same. Means to provide clean energy with low carbon pathways for that purpose. And the next news, Prime Minister Modi unveils new version of exam barriers to make students stress-free before examinations. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched the new edition of exam barriers and informed that it has been enriched with valuable new mantras for students, parents and teachers. It is available at retail stores as well as online. The exam barriers module is also available on Namo app. So it is exam barrier module is available on Namo app. It was available at retail stores as well as online. So the new version of exam barriers to make students stress free has been unveiled by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Then the next news, New Zealand passes miscarriages bereavement leave law. So by this law what is meant is that those who had miscarriage, the New Zealand Parliament has passed legislation giving mothers and their partners the right to paid leave following a miscarriage or stillbirth, becoming only the second country in the world to do so. So the first country is India, and second, now one more country has been is included, that is New Zealand. So during miscarriage or stillbirth, the mother or parents or partner of the mother will be given paid leave for miscarriage or stillbirth. So this you can read. This is relating to that news. Then some facts about New Zealand. The capital is Wellington, currency is dollar, Prime Minister is Jacinda Ardern. Then the next news, S&P raises India's financial year 2022 GDP growth forecast to 11% from 10%. So S&P previously S&P has forecasted India's growth at 10%, and now it has been raised to 11% for the financial year 22. So S&P Global Ratings raised India's growth forecast for the financial year 2021-22 to 11% from 10%, which was projected earlier. And this led to an explanatory fiscal policy aimed at boosting domestic private spending. So S&P Global Ratings headquartered in New York, United States, and the president of S&P Global Ratings is John Beresford. John Beresford is the president of S&P Global Ratings. So that's all for today's current affairs. So thank you everyone. Please do share my video with all your friends who are preparing for different competitive examinations. So thank you.